think sometimes people misread music when they want to judge it when it's something that's not theirs. And I just remember from like my parents not liking the music that I listen to. And sometimes people don't realize that listening to something is not, you're not listening to something so that it tells you how to feel. You're listening to something so that you know you're not alone in feeling that way.
Yeah.
Because being alone and feeling a certain way is way scarier.
Yeah.
Than anything when you realize that like, oh no, this is okay, maybe this is more common than I realize. Maybe it's not as bad as I realize. You know, like we've said 100 times, like we write music so that we don't jump off bridges. You know, like there's that thing that's like music saved my life. A lot of people could say that, but it doesn't save it in such a direct way. Like you hear something and go, oh, now I have something to live for.
Yeah.
It's you listen to it and you go, someone else has been through what I'm going through, or someone else feels the way I feel. I'm not alone. I'm not a freak. I'm not a solitary case. I'm not crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. You know? And I think a lot of, at the end of the day, you know, people seek it out in different ways, shapes, or forms. But I think ultimately it's validation.
Yeah.
And it's like the ultimate validation of, oh, what I'm feeling is not wrong, is not this, is not that. Like, it's okay to feel this way. I found somebody else who feels this way.
Yeah.
I can feel comforted by that.
And you find your support group in other fans of that genre, of that band. And then you find a whole group of people that you lean on each other, and that becomes your tribe.
Your people.
Your tribe. That's right. That's a way to put it. I agree.
So, all right. Well, that one got deep, which I like.
We're going to get even deeper.
So we're going to go even deeper now with question number 7. Final question of What's Your Bacon in 7 questions.
We mine with this one.
We do. So here's where we put on our hats and turn the lights on and go spelunking into the cockles of your childlike heart. Chad, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes?
Yes.
Shit. They're cool. I mean, we don't have one, but you know, whatever. It's
your garden is unprotected.
Is that what they're supposed to do?
I guess.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
I believe it's protection.
That's a move.
Protection.
Honestly, bro, I don't think I've ever given it the amount of thought we've already spent on it since you asked the question is like the most I've ever given to garden gnomes.
Nice. You're welcome.
You're the second person today that said that.
But dude, I love you know, I'm into like fantasy novels, you know, been reading that stuff since I was like 14. So if I walk up to someone's door and I see one of those bad boys, you know, I'm just like reminded of The Hobbit or something like that, you know.
Nice. Yeah. Now, what if you see like 12 of those things?
If I see what?
If you see like 12 gnomes instead of just one, do you still go in the house?
I'm definitely going, what's happening here? You know, who are these people? Why are they like, but see, I was ignorant of gnomes. I didn't even know they were supposed to protect the house. So maybe they know something I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like maybe they're under siege or have been under siege and they're just seeking shelter and protection.
I see.
That's another.
The other thing I love about this question is that like we've discovered so many different thoughts on possibilities of gnomes at houses.
Yeah.
Like for a long time we were like, okay, if you have more than 5, you're a serial killer. Like you got a Gacy house and they represent souls in your yard, right? But then we were like, well, if you only have 1, then that just tells everybody where you hide your keys, right? Like
right.
That's right. That's all that does.
But if you have tons of them, you're cultivating a community.
Right. Then you have a community. So there's I think whoever has gnomes has a story.
Yeah.
That is worth listening to. Now you also might want to check the exits.